So yes. So these are the tub truffles. These are great. They're very moisturizing, as well as fun in the bath. So they'll fizz, and then you get your bath oil. So your bath bomb and combo bath oil at the same time. These are like just cheap molds you can get at Michael's, like any sort of animal mold, whatever. These are just what I happen to have. They work well. So, again, my favorite product, of course, is the cocoa butter. We'll toss that in. This is for a tub truffle, is what they're called. And so these basically, they'll fizz when you put them into the bath, but they'll release the cocoa butter into the water. So you get a really nice moisturizing, so it'll be great for your hair and for your beard if you take a bath. It'll be fantastic. It'll be all nice and soft, very well conditioned. You don't have to use cocoa butter. It just works a little bit better than, say, shea butter or mango butter because it's harder. So it'll set a little bit better. Let that melt up a bit. So, little cheat notes. For these types of things, baking soda is like in everything, which is fantastic because it's nice and cheap and widely available. And if you have a house fire or like a little kitchen fire, you can just smother it with baking soda. I used to work in a lab and we had baking soda absolutely everywhere, specifically for that reason, to put out fires. Yeah. One time we had this one event happen at the lab where the fire extinguisher didn't work. Like the tab was stuck. So then we had all this baking soda all over and we got rid of the fire through baking soda. So have lots around. They're great to deodorize the fridge and all these other, and make bath bombs. So that's what we're using it for here. This will form our, bath bombs are an acid-base reaction. So when you dip into the water, the acid and bases mix together, and then they form water and carbon dioxide, which is what the bubbles are. Just a whole bunch of carbon dioxide releasing. So that's why the fizz. And grab our trusty measuring cups. A third cup of the baking soda. I know, bad form, but that's okay. That's the nicest thing about kitchen chemistry, is that it doesn't really matter all that much. A lot of the stuff I did in the lab, you do it for so many years and you have to be so precise that, when you come home, you just don't want to anymore. So this is citric acid. This can be bought at Soap & More or Linden House in Strathmore. I'm not sure if it's available anywhere else. I was trying to figure that out, but those are the only two places. Or on the internet. So oh, come in. So we're making tub truffles now. Citric acid is another really popular chemical that's in virtually everything, just because it's a pH balancer. So you want things to be more of an acidic pH because your skin is more acidic. So especially with toners and facial products and those types of things. So you can tell this is obviously not hot if I'm using a plastic spoon. So, no worries here. It is important for everything to be mixed as well as you can. So what a lot of people do is they'll have a food processor and they'll put the baking soda and the citric acid into the food processor to make sure it's thoroughly mixed. Yeah, I don't really see that as too big of a problem. So if we go back to our lip balm, you can see that it's hardening up nicely. It'll harden from the outside in, so don't touch it because your finger will go right through. Oh, I'm sorry, I should show the camera, I suppose. See, it's hardening up nicely. But yes. Oh, it smells really good too. I guess we can pass it around. But yeah, don't touch it though, because you might your fingers go through it.
If you were gonna put that lip balm in that ball tube, you just pour it in there?
Yeah, carefully. They do have holders you can have, so if you want to like do 10, you can put 10 of them in there and then just pour 10 as you like, for sure. And then they also twist, like the bottoms will twist up. I don't know if you can see that. Is that in there? Yeah.
Make sure it's twisted all the way to the bottom, pour it in, and it solidifies.
Exactly. Usually when you buy them, they're usually twisted all the way to the bottom. They twist it all the way up. Yeah. So we need a little bit more heat. I was a bit too hasty. It looks like I put my dry ingredients in before my cocoa butter was completely melted, so it's not quite what I wanted. So just crank the heat up. So just put the heat up a little bit. So hopefully some of the cocoa butter will melt, and then we can press it into our molds. Okay. I'm probably going to put a little bit more cocoa butter in.
So it's only 3 ingredients?
No, we're going to put in a thickener after. But we have to wait till this stuff is a bit more melted before we can deal with it. But yeah, a lot of my products are in, I don't know if you guys know the spot, the Fairmont Palliser Hotel. I make their massage oil, actually. So that's a vegetable-based massage oil that they like to use. And they were running a promotion, and so they wanted to use this product, but because it's got cocoa butter, it's a bit out of their budget. And so I remember talking to the, I guess CEO, the owner of the spa there, and she's like, "Oh my God, you know, I would pay $5 for this, but I don't know if I can convince the hotel to pay $5 for it." So yes, this is, like I said, one of my most favoriteest products. If it ever melts. It's supposed to go a little bit soupy. But yeah, like you said, this is the problem when I make things at home, I do everything by weight. But I mean, I don't know how many people have kitchen scales to weigh everything, so I've converted it to teaspoons, and it doesn't seem to be working as well as I would have thought. But like I said, with this stuff, nothing ever goes to waste. It all will work out in the end.